Good morning. It is Monday morning, meaning it's time for some Motivational Monday. My name is Christopher Donnell, pastor here at Urbana UMC. So glad that you're joining with us today. We just kicked off a new series at church this past weekend called Up Close and Personal, with this idea that if we're going to be engaged in our community, engaged with each other, engage with God, that we have to be close. It's really difficult to be engaged from a distance and standoffish. And as I was thinking about just this big idea about us becoming close so we can serve, I think about how Jesus became close so he could love and serve us. And I was reminded in the Gospel of John how it starts off with, in the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God. He was God in the beginning. Through him all things are made. Without him nothing was made. In him was life, and life of all mankind, and the light shines in the darkness, and nothing can overcome it. And then further down in verse 14 it says, and then the Word, so in the beginning was the Word, and it had life, and it created. But then it says in verse 14, the Word became flesh and made his dwelling among us. Man, you want to talk about getting close. The Word was existing. Jesus was existing with God and the Spirit, the Trinity, together before all of creation. And they spoke creation into existence. And that wasn't enough. I mean, God created us, but then it says that the Word became flesh. Jesus descended from heaven to become close to us. And I think that's good news for us, because if we have a God who's willing to become like us, put on flesh, to experience our pain, our struggles, our joys, our excitements, our dreams, that is a God of love and worth loving. And so the call then is for us is who are we close to? Are we living a life that's standoffish, distant, disengaged? We have this model of Jesus, God coming from heaven to earth to become close to us, overcoming literally the cosmos. And yet here we are in our day-to-day life. And so I don't know what your week looks like, but there are opportunities all around us to become close, to become in relationship with each other. And so the motivation, the challenge this week is for us to look to Jesus, who was the Word, the truth, light, love, who took on flesh, became like us, God in our midst, God in our mess, God in our closeness, and gave us salvation. He gave us hope. He gave us a way to move forward. And so that is now our call, is to become close to each other, to remind each other of the hope that we have in Jesus, that Word who became flesh. So whoever and wherever you are this week, to look for the relationships to lean into, maybe not pull away from. And those will be hard ones too. There'll be some challenging relationships in there. But for us to engage and create God's kingdom and to grow God's kingdom, we can't do it from a distance. So that is your motivation this week, to be engaged, to become in proximity, close with each other, just like Jesus became flesh for us. Hope you have an awesome week, and we'll see you next time.